Alright, it's as if Ming Chi Kuo woke up and had a lot of coffee recently. Because yes, we have a ton of details, both old and new, on what to expect for the iPhone 12s or 13 series. Speaking of Cupertino, we also have a ton of information on other products that we should be expecting in the near future, and some new leaks show us the OnePlus 9 series, its color variants, features, and a lot more stuff. I'm Jaime Rivera, and is it just me, or has Apple silently taken over the spotlight for the past couple of months like no other company? This is Pocketnow Daily. As per usual, the official news today begin with deals, because those are not stopping anytime soon. Let's begin with the Google Pixel 4a 5G, which is currently $50 off at B&H, leaving the entry-level variant for $449, and that includes free shipping and 2 free items. They also have the latest iPad Air for $50 off, starting at $549 shipped, and moving on to Amazon, the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus is also $100 off, leaving it at $749. The Galaxy Buds Plus are also $40 off, leaving them at $110. And if you're looking for a Mac, the 13-inch M1 MacBook Pro is $100 off, leaving the 512 gig of storage model for $1,400. Now, if you're looking for a Samsung phone, believe it or not, their trade-in deals are still going on, meaning you can get the Galaxy S21 Ultra for $549 if you have an eligible device for trade-in. We also have more deals on AirPods Pro, the 16-inch MacBook Pro, TCL phones, and more in the description. Now, let's stay on official news, as it looks like it's going to be a very busy March, starting with OPPO. I mean, we've been covering leaks of the Find X3 series for a while now, including launch dates, and now we have the real deal. The company took to Twitter to send out press invitations for their event happening on March 11th. No secrets here, as they're titling it OPPO Find X3 series launch event, but it does have the caption "Awaken Color." Now, that last bit most likely is alluding to the 6.7-inch OLED display that we're expecting, which is rumored to bring some impressive capabilities, which is odd that we're not getting it from Samsung phones. But anyways, we're expecting 3 phones, but speaking of the Find X3 Pro, we've heard that this phone will be powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 SoC, a 4,500 mAh battery, run Android 11 out of the box, and come in a single SKU of 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage. As for the cameras, the rumors have pointed to a triple camera array with a new main 50 megapixel sensor from Sony, and it should cost around €1,000, which I'm not going too crazy for. We'll see what we get in a few days. Now, talking about things we'll be getting in March, let's move the spotlight onto OnePlus, as we have a lot of ground to cover today. Starting with the date, earlier this morning, they also posted a new tweet with an image showing the moon's surface and the Earth far away with the caption, "Something new in the horizon." The tweet tells us to stay tuned for March 8th, and according to some tipsters, on this specific date, we will be getting another official date for the event, which is reportedly on March 23rd. I don't know why they didn't just do the whole thing at once, but we're expecting 3 phones from OnePlus on their 9 series, including a OnePlus 9R, the regular 9, and the 9 Pro. And by the way, that R could be light. Another tipster also shared the color variants we should be getting, which will vary depending on what carrier you get. Just to mention the ones for the unlocked variants, the regular 9 is getting the Astral Black, Arctic Sky, and Winter Mist, while the 9 Pro will have a Stellar Black, Forest Green, and Morning Mist. Finally, we also have a new leak on the camera capabilities. According to the tip, the OnePlus 9 Pro will be able to capture 8K video and then 4K at 120 frames per second, which I didn't know the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 could do, but I mean, it's a nice boost from the 4K at 60 that we have on the 8 Pro. The new camera setup should include a 50 megapixel main sensor from Sony, along with a 48 megapixel wide angle. And I mean, we're already in March, so it should get pretty busy, but here's the thing, guys. Could we just get normal colors like black, green, and blue, like not those other names that nobody ever remembers, even when we're reading a script for a review? And finally, for the hottest news today, part 1, because that's been kind of a theme lately, let's talk Apple. Let's begin with Apple's future products, meaning next year or further, and we'll leave the last segment for the stuff that we're expecting this year. Yes, Ming Chi Kuo went on a rampage yesterday on things we should be expecting from Apple soon, and not so soon. Let's start it off with the iPhone SE, as we've been hearing some rumors that we'd be getting a new model sometime this year, but according to Kuo, this refresh won't happen until 2022. But wait for it. According to his prediction, it will be rocking the same design of the current SE, meaning iPhone 8, which is kind of disappointing considering that it's not just what I'd call dated, it's more than 5 years old kind of dated, iPhone 6. It'll of course be equipped with the latest 8 chip and it'll bring 5G support. However, there are still rumors that there is an iPhone SE Plus, which apparently has been delayed for the second half of this year. On another note, Kuo claims that some iPhones might feature a punch hole design next year, claiming that if production yields are good enough, all 2022 models might use this design. This could either mean that Apple found a way to hide Face ID under the display, or we're sticking to Touch ID because the pandemic has been that bad. But finally, let's talk about the Foldable, as Kuo mentions that there is a foldable panel in the works that measures from 7.5 to 8 inches, arriving around 2023 if the product happens. However, he does claim that this product hasn't officially kicked off yet, meaning there is still a ton of changes that could happen if it happens at all. I mean, that's the reason why I said if it happens. And finally, for the hottest news today, part 2. Again, that was some very strong coffee that Kuo was on, because he also chimed in with more details on what to expect for this year's iPhones. Let's begin talking about USB-C. According to the report, he claims that USB-C is detrimental to their iPhone program profitability, and it's mainly because apparently the waterproof specification is actually lower in grade than Lightning and MagSafe. So if Apple does abandon Lightning, they might directly go portless with MagSafe instead of adopting USB-C. Which, I mean, it makes sense since MagSafe is a thing right now. I just hope it gets better. But then moving on to the actual iPhones, Kuo is reiterating some rumors we've heard before, just giving us some reassurance pretty much. He claims that the whole iPhone 13 family will support a smaller notch with the same width but getting thinner, as Cupertino is rearranging the Face ID sensors. Kuo also mentions that both of the Pros will bring 120Hz refresh rate with their new LTPO display. And also, speaking of the Pros, apparently the LiDAR sensor will remain exclusive for those two for the time being. Not that I care much about it. Apparently, all of the iPhone 13 models will bring sensor shift image stabilization technology, as well as other improvements for the cameras. We'll also be getting Qualcomm's new Snapdragon X60 5G modem, larger batteries, and again, no USB-C. Let us know in the comments down below, do you care about iPhones going completely portless with MagSafe? Because, well, in my case, I find it to be a missed opportunity for expandability whenever you want to connect a USB drive, but AirDrop is so good that I'm fine. But I'd like to say that MagSafe is not necessarily that bad if you consider the fact that every other fast wireless charger is not just a small puck, it's actually a larger fan-based charger. So, you know, I mean, if they make it faster, then why not? But that's just me. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social medias. Our extended coverage happens on Instagram. And follow me on my personal handles to see me, I don't know, come to weird conclusions lately. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.